Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of MidRank Madness. Today we have a game between TheActuary and Rafael on Proxima Station, the latter edition. In the top left-hand corner of the map, and by left I mean right, it is the Red Terran player, Rafael. And in the bottom left-hand corner, left this time, it is the blue Protoss player, TheActuary. So blue versus red, Protoss versus Terran edition of MidRank Madness. If this is your first time here wondering, what is this, Falcon? The answer is it's my weekly examination, and sometimes more often, of Platinum, Diamond, and Gold level StarCraft. I guess I said that out of order. Gold, Platinum, and Diamond level StarCraft sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. If you have an exciting replay, a unique replay in this, the largest segment of StarCraft 2 players, send it to that address. I will get everyone that I get. I will send them to my screeners. The best ones will be chosen, and they will be featured here in this slot on Tuesday nights in the United States of America. I mean, I guess it's technically 4 p.m. Pacific time, so maybe it's not nighttime yet. But if you're watching this in California or Oregon or Washington, you're probably watching this around the nighttime. However you define that. Alrighty then, Barracks first, Herald of Rafael. No crazy proxies, no crazy cannon rushing going on. Gateway finishing from TheActuary. And again, we watch these to kind of learn. We find ways we can improve as players. We find stuff that maybe is kind of funny to watch here in the MidRank Madness. And with Barracks going to finish for Rafael, he's got enough for the Reaper, and he's going Marine instead. This is something we're seeing a lot against Protoss. It's just against a good Protoss player, and in MidRank Madness, you'll probably find a good Protoss player. They're going to have pylons in good places for photon overcharges. They're going to have mothership cores. They're going to have adepts or stalkers out to deal with anything that your Reaper can do. And it's just any Reaper that gets a probe kill against a Protoss player has earned my respect absolutely forever. Alright, so probe does manage to escape there from that Marine, by the way. Expansion on the way from Rafael. Expansion about 60% complete here from TheActuary. Both expanding to the safe location, which just means it's hard to access on ground. It is particularly vulnerable to drops, though, as there's a lot of dead space up here at the top. Space on the right side you can drop in as well. Liberators like to set up shop at Protoss expansions, as well as drops and Warp Prism harass too over on the Terran side of things. Second gas done for Rafael. Not an instant second gas, so this tells me this is just a fairly standard build here. You're going to go for a factory, going to double pump Marines, go for a factory, go for a starport, and then go for a bit of a drop here around 5 minutes or so. And again, Widow Mines could be part of that equation. Marines often very strong parts of that equation, especially considering he is double pumping them. He's getting Warp Gate. He's forgotten to start Warp Gate. Oh no, TheActuary. You can't beat Terrans without Warp Gate. You can't beat anybody without Warp Gate unless you're particularly not trying to go for gateway units. SCV scouts on in. Does get killed because he walked right back into the path of that mothership core, which not a great thing to do. Engineering bay on the way from Rafael, probably planning on getting that +1 attack. Factory going to land on top of the reactor. Maybe it's for some Widow Mines or Cyclones would be interesting here. Actually, and there's the star. Oh, it's another Barracks. Oh, no starport. No starport. I'm a giant liar. It's going to be Hellions here. Hellions not great against Protoss, just because they're good against light units, which are Adepts and Zealots, and there's Stalkers out here from TheActuary. Okay against Adepts. Adepts have so many hit points, both in shields and in whole total HP, that they're just not that great. Hellbats, on the other hand, better. He needs an armory for that upgrade, though, so we'll see if he gets it. He's got a missile turret up here in his main mineral line. Wow, he's expecting something crazy here. Possibly an Oracle. He could be expecting an Oracle. Is he getting Warp Gate yet? He is getting Warp Gate now. Also an Observer and another Gateway here for TheActuary. So, no, he does have the higher tech. He's got the robotics facility. He's got to start making something splash damagey if he assumes his opponent is going for bio. And you know what? This might be a meching player. With some Marine support, though, this is a lot of Hellions. Surprising number of Hellions for a TVP. He's going to move out with all 4 of them. And I just don't know how effective they're going to be. They're terrible against Stalkers. We do have some Stalkers on the field here for our Protoss player. Where the heck are they? Stalkers, where are you? You didn't die somehow, did you? Oh, they're back here in the natural base, hiding amongst the minerals because they're blue. And they fit in very nicely there. Probe Scout to see if a third base is coming in. This is a very brave Probe Scout. Hellions wandering right on in here, but Photon Overcharge, definitely a thing. There it is. One of the Hellions dies immediately. Oh, a double Photon Overcharge. Another Hellion dies. Again, Stalkers here to save the day. Getting some shots off on the 2 that remain from Rafael. And a few probes end up getting killed there. What are we looking at? 4 total? 4 total in exchange for 4 Hellions? Nope, not a fair trade whatsoever. It's technically 200 resources lost for the Actuary and 450 for Rafael here. So yeah, like I said, Hellion attacks on Protoss. Photon Overcharge really good, Stalker's really good. I just don't know why you would do that. Immortal production has begun for the Actuary here as well. So I do like Immortals against a Terran player who has a lot of Marauders in his composition, just because Immortals do extra damage versus armored units. Tank in production for Rafael and making a Viking and a Medevac. So Rafael seems a little bit less sure of what he wants to do here. A Hellion opening into Vikings and Medevacs, getting Stim, getting +1 attack for his bio. So we're probably going to move into a Marine tank type thing here, based on the upgrades they're seeing with Vikings, possibly just to take out Mothership Cores, to take out Warp Prisms, Observers, and the like. Vikings, one of the best anti-air units in the game, if not the best. I mean, just because they can attack at the ground at the same time, and the ground attack is pretty terrible, I think that's compensated for by making their air attack amazing. Third base warping in for the Actuary. Here at this traditional third base location on this map, SCV coming down for Rafael. Is he going to take the gold? Where's he going with this SCV? I mean, there's a probe scouting to see if a quick fourth base comes up from Rafael, but his third base hasn't even started yet. Is he going for... No? No, he's not really going for anything here. I don't see an expansion. I don't see really any additional production structures going up either. He is down 37 to 21 harvesters, so that is not ideal. That is actually a terrible place to be. There we go. Third base being constructed at the traditional location. Here for Rafael. Did Observer see that? Observer knows it's there. Observer knows it's there. There are missile turrets in random places here, so the Observer has to be careful about them, but can see them far, far away before he or she runs into it. I guess they're robots, right? Observers are mechanical. Yep, they are definitely the robots. So we have an Adept Immortal Stalker push here from the Actuary at about 7 minutes. Going to come up against some Marine tank stuff. And generally, if there's a lot of Marines, it's not a great composition to deal with it, but with the number of Marines that are out, which is only 14, versus 8 Adepts, 2 Immortals, and 2 Stalkers, I feel like this is going to go pretty well for a Protoss player. The Immortals versus the tanks, amazing. Super good against them. Extra damage versus armored. And then the Adept Stalker should be able to handle the Marines here. There's a single Marauder, which is not a big deal. Is that an SCV? SCV scout walking past the Actuary's army and just getting melted for his trouble. Third base just about done for Rafael. Is he going to move out? He's kind of slowly poking forward with his tanks, feeling like he has a position of power right now where the Protoss player doesn't want to walk into those tanks, and that's probably true. That is probably true. Eventually, you do want some splash damage against all these Marines, whether it's Archons, whether it's Disruptors, whether it's Storm. There's a lot of options. Colossus are pretty good too, but you can't just go with Gateway units and Immortals and expect to win this. Tanks continuing to siege forward, playing Leapfrog, which is the best way to use tanks. Tank in the back, unsieges, moves ahead of the tank that's already in siege mode, and repeat, rinse and repeat. Adepts coming on up to see what we're dealing with. Their vision was changed a little bit. Is he going? He's going for it here. Oh, the Adept's going to focus down this tank. They transferred right on top of it. The other tank effectively left behind, and now it's just Marines and Marauders with a Viking. The Adepts duo get cleaned out here, but like I said, there are enough Stalkers here to deal with this number of Marines, even if they do have +1 attack. Any upgrades on the way for the Protoss? No, there are not. And retreating home is Rafael from that situation. Combat shield on the way from Rafael. Double pumping Liberators, which is something that Protoss players, especially at this level, seem to struggle with, is how do I deal with Liberators? They hit so hard. I mean, they nerfed them to where they don't 2-shot Stalkers anymore. They 3-shot them, which helps a lot if you're getting Stalkers to try to deal with the Liberators. Also pretty good Phoenix. As it turns out, we've seen a lot of Protoss players at the pro level open up with a Phoenix Adept type play to deal with those Liberators, because once they're dead, the Adepts can handle the bio fairly well, with a couple of Immortals slung in there to deal with any Marauders that happen to be part of that composition. So it's 51 to 32 Harvesters. The Actuary is up big time right now. Huge time. Is he even making SCVs? Is Rafael even working on his economy? He's double pumping them. He's doing fairly well with it. The Actuary is sitting at 51 Harvesters and kind of has stopped pro production for the time being. Getting a couple Forges. I mean, he is sitting on 2,000 minerals and 800 gas. Really having a hard time making units while defending or attacking at the same time. That is something that keeps a lot of people in Platinum and Diamond, is the ability to macro back home while you're attacking or defending at the front. If you can't do that and your opponent can, then suddenly they'll have a huge army after that engagement and you'll have to start making yours and you'll be behind. I mean, a number of times I've been in situations where I had a big attack at the front, wasn't making stuff back home, and then the counterattack came from my opponent because they were making stuff, and that's all there is to it. Liberators do set up this third base, killing a probe. Good reaction time out of the Actuary as this, and a drop in the main base at the same time. Double pronged attacks here from Rafael, getting rid of a lot of probes here. That is 12 probe kills. Photon Overcharge trying to deal with these guys, and do manage to chase them away, but still alive. Warping of Stalkers to deal with these units, but oh, Liberator setting up Defender Mode circles right on top of them. Good job getting out from the Stalkers, I suppose. Mothership Core could really assist here. She has enough for another Photon Overcharge. This pylon is going to go down. This is a lot of dead probes. 24 dead probes here. Most of them here in the last couple of minutes. Stalkers trying to deal with these Liberators. Nope, setting up Defender Mode circles on the ramp and making sure they can't come down to help with this. Stalker, good micro, pulling the wounded Stalker back. Oh, the Marine picks it off before he gets killed by a friendly Stalker there. And the Liberators, when they have no support, decided it is time to retreat. Again, production tab empty for both of these players right now. Working on additional probes, triple pumping those probes, and suddenly getting blinked. Land +1/+1. Here's the Actuary. Again, upgrades helping the Terran player quite a bit here. Liberator setting up at the third base. Again, bouncing back and forth. Again, I'm not sure if that's reaction time or the Actuary just never put his probes back to work. After the first time the Liberators showed up. This is a lot of dead probes. Stop going in there. No probe. Probe backed out. Probe backed out. Again, Blink Stalkers would be super useful here. You don't have to walk through the circles if you can blink past them. No, you don't be undecided. Oh, losing a Stalker through indecision. I think you could have made it right here. Right here to the safe location. Hit both of these Liberators and probably chase them away. But for now, this third base just doesn't have any mining going on whatsoever. These Stalkers walking through the flames. One Stalker dead. And another, oh, third Stalker still alive. Kills the other Liberator and goes back to work immediately. So that's 28 probe kills, which puts us at 43 to 37 Harvesters, which means Rafael has taken the lead here in this game. Looking at 3,500 resources lost for the Protoss compared to 2,900 for Rafael. So he's really started to come out ahead here. A fourth base on the way from the Actuary. After all that, he feels confident enough to go for a fourth base. A Ghost Academy coming up for Rafael. That could be good for EMPs, possibly for nukes. I'm going to hold out hope that that's what we're seeing here. Raven moving out for Rafael, likely just for harassment. He's not part of any large contingent of anything. Probably do some scouting, if I had to guess. He's heading in the general direction of where this fourth base will be for the Actuary, if not directly dead onto it. Killing this debris that leads to the gold base on Rafael's side is Rafael. And if he comes down that ramp, there's a big army. Pretty scary, actually, for the Actuary. Did that... Oh, an observer flew in range of the missile turret's detection. How annoying. Yep, auto turret harass here at the third base. Auto turret DPS is very high. Only takes about 3 of those to kill a probe. That is more dead probes. 32 dead probes. Whew, Rafael doing a great job here. This Raven needs to be careful. Oh, blink on it. Blink on it. Oh, did blink. Couldn't quite blink down there, though, where they needed to go, and the Raven does manage to escape. Is that personal cloaking? Personal cloaking being researched by Rafael. I like this one. I like this very much indeed. So fourth base is done for the Actuary. He has no probes on it whatsoever because, again, kind of focusing on the front, working on a robotics bay, either for disruptors or for Colossus. +1 vehicle weapons on the way from Rafael, getting +1 infantry armor. The upgrade timings are not that great for either of these players, but that's okay. Again, it's MidRank Madness. These players are learning and growing, but as a Terran player, you want to try to hit +3/+3 by about 13 minutes. I'm giving you leeway because 11-12 minutes is where players like Polt manage to get it. And if you can get it at 13 or 14, you should feel extremely pleased with yourself. Big time drop here of +1 Marauders and Marines here at the fourth base. The army coming back to try to deal with this thing. Half of the units for Rafael are not engaged. There we go. They're here now. They're picking off probes. When the army shows up, they pick up and they boost out. Beautiful decision making there. Took a shot from a Stalker. Or 3. Almost lost the medevac, but not quite. Fourth base being thrown down at the gold base by Rafael. That is why this debris was knocked down, as makes a lot of sense here. Again, still no splash damage for our Protoss player. Colossus heard me, going for the double pumping Colossus with extended thermal lance, which is an upgrade you just need. Colossus without extended thermal lance can win you battles depending on how things go, but you definitely want that range for most situations. And it is a nuke. It is a nuclear missile on the way from Rafael. Little satellite dish spinning there. I like it. I really like seeing nukes in my lower level games. I like it in my higher level games too, actually. Something I definitely enjoy seeing. Checking to see, can I possibly get a 5th base over on that right side, says Rafael. The answer is yeah, you definitely can. And just in a position to defend both his 3rd base and his 4th base is the Actuary. He will have his Colossus soon. He's chrono boosting them both out. And what is that? Did he already get one? He had 2 going. Did he cancel one by accident? Oh, looks like he might have canceled one by accident. That's not good news at all. Where... Okay, so 3 robotics facilities. He had 2. Okay, no, he's got 2. He's got 2. And here they are. They should join the army, though. They're kind of sitting in the main base for no reason. Liberator's trying to set up a Seeker Missile exploding on that Immortal and hitting a lot of Adepts and Stalkers in the process. That is splash damage. Splash damage off that Seeker Missile here. Where does it say? 100 splash damage upon contact. Better against Zerg. A lot of low HP units for Zerg. Not as good against Protoss, but you know what? They're fun. Seeker Missiles are a lot of fun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, both players hanging out. 164 supply each, exactly, out of 164. They both got supply blocked at 164 supply. That's not something you see every day. That's incredible. Both throwing... Actually, no. Rafael's not trying to get unsupply blocked, unfortunately. I'm not sure he knows. Again, I think he might be the lower level player here. But he's going for nukes, so I can't really hit him too hard with the criticism. Knocking down the debris toward the gold base for the Actuary on his side of the map. Going to try to get a 5th base of his own at the gold. If you know that's what you're into. And here comes an SCV to expand to this right side. Both players floating a lot of minerals. And unsupply blocking himself is Rafael with the construction of the supply depot. Upgrades for the Terran are kind of amazing. +2, +1. Let's see. +2 infantry just finished. Is that what that was? That is what that was. Working on +2 vehicle, +1 ship weapons, +1 vehicle and ship weapons. Not working on the armor upgrade for Marauders for +2 and Marines and Ghosts. Scanning to see what's up, and it is a lot of Colossus. Wow! 5 Colossus here with extended thermal lens and +2 attack with +2 armor. This is good. I'm liking this. You got to get rid of these Liberators, though. The Stalkers need to blink into them and take them down while the rest of the units are gotten rid of via the Colossus. Some Widow Mines down here for Rafael. That's a little bit of a trap for the Protoss army. And here comes a Ghost. Is that his first Ghost? No, he has another Ghost somewhere. Where are you, Ghost? Playing defense? I think he made him and forgot that he existed. So 4th base here for the Actuary. Raven does check it out. Rafael needs to move down. And attack this thing now. We're going to speed it up just because, again, both players showing no interest in attacking the other one right now, at least until they're maxed out. The Actuary is at 198 supply, while our Terran, Rafael, is sitting at 188. So he's down a tiny bit, but it's 52 to 63 Harvesters. Army supply is going to be about even in that situation. So more Ghosts. Ghost does join the battle here. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see some nukes. 6 gateways in construction at one time here for the Actuary, and a Templar Archives. Might as well at 18 minutes. Might as well get that Templar Archives, is what I have to say. All right, here we go. Big old Stalker Colossus. Remember when I said you needed splash damage? This is counting as splash damage. Widow Mines set up. That's enough to shoo the Actuary away. Can you get him? Yes, you can get him from distance. Oh, firing. Oh, on the Observer, though. Because of a scan from Rafael. Nicely done, Ninja Turtle. 3 Stargates at one time on the way from the Actuary. Is he going to transition into Carrier or something? I don't know if that's a good idea. This is a lot of Marine. A lot of Marines. And good swipes there from the Colossus. Great against Marines as per usual. Getting healed up by the medevac. Did you get swiped? You did get swiped by a Colossus. Poor thing. All right, Ghost has some sneaky things in plan here. Where's he going? Where's the Ghost going? Is he going to... Oh. He's going to and then attack this way and try to force the army back into the nuke. He doesn't have an Observer. Oh, they went the wrong way, though. He tried. He tried his best there. And he doesn't have any more nukes. Oh, does he get... Oh, he gets detected and burned alive as the new Observer joins the group. Good try. Good try, Rafael. But unfortunately, the Protoss went the wrong direction. The entirely wrong direction, as it turns out. Now he knows he has to be ready and prepared for nukes, because there could be more. There could absolutely be more. Widow Mine's getting left behind. The new Observer allowing for the removal of them, mostly using Stalkers and Colossus Oh, couple fire, though. Oh, no, there were more. Observer, help. Help us, Observer. You're our only help. That was... I mean, anyway, here we go. Colossus burning through everything on the ground very, very quickly there. Tanks firing upon the Protoss army at the same time. A lot of defender mode circles being set up, kind of overlapping each other. It's a bit of a panic setup here. That's better. That one is better, forcing him back. The Actuary does not want to attack into Liberators. He must have had bad experiences in the past with that. More Adepts coming in for the Actuary. Again, Colossus doing okay. EMP tossed down by a ghost that subsequently dies, as you can hear from the sound effects there. Fleet Beacon. It is a Fleet Beacon. On the way for the Actuary. Again, against Marines, not the greatest. There are only 12 Marines, never mind, and 1 Viking. I think you're okay. I think a carrier transition is an okay thing. I believe it is. Man, look at these Colossus just taking that Marine count down. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not, but I like to think maybe it is. +3/+3 on the way for the ground units. So the Actuary, for someone who's going for carriers, is continuing to invest in upgrades for his Protoss ground units. There, a big old hit there from a Seeker missile. Hits a Colossus, but it doesn't even take all the shields down. Will regenerate, no problem. Scan sees the Adepts heading up north, and there is a planetary fortress here almost. It's almost done upgrading. It should get there in time to save itself from these Adepts. I mean, especially because, right? Adepts are terrible against buildings. They did kill an SCV that was building a missile turret here. That was a good deal from them. Pretty good harass. This is is that the 6th base from Rafael? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is the 6th base right up top here from the Terran player, but there's only 1 SCV on it. 54 to 65 harvesters. Our Protoss player doing fairly well. Sitting on a lot of minerals, but not as much gas. If he's trying to go for carriers, he needs that. Wouldn't mind firing on that Stalker. Big attack into the planetary fortress. A lot of DPS on it, and it does take it down. The gold base falls. For Rafael, SCV's trying to repair, but against Immortal Colossus with +2 attack, no. Too much DPS. Losing that gold is a problem. SCVs will transfer on down to this 5th base along the right side. And maybe rebuild. Possibly rebuild. Thinking about rebuilding here is Rafael. He has enough money to do so. It is Tempest, actually. Oh, is he going Tempest against the Liberators? That is not something we've seen work very well. Hardly ever see professional players go Tempest against Liberator these days. Just the rate of fire is too slow. The range is good, but it just kills them too slowly. They can kind of unsiege and get out of the way before they're too much in danger, as it turns out. All right, where are we at with this thing? Resources lost at this point. 7,400 for the Protoss compared to 8,900 for Rafael. Rafael, the Ninja Turtle. Fusion Core, is he getting battle cruisers? Rafael, are you going nukes and battle cruisers? You are my hero. If that's what you're doing today. Where do you have nukes? You have a nuke, it looks like. So I can like that a lot. He's slowly sieging up on this gold base of the Actuary, and the Actuary doesn't want anything to do with this at all. He will kill some of your Marines if you wander in too close to the Colossus. Viking count is a lot higher now, and picking off a Colossus from distance. Nice hit from Rafael. Are there enough Stalkers to chase them away? Another Colossus falls. Dang, Vikings. Void Ray also dead. Not enough to get 1 shot, but 2 shot is pretty good. Nice control here from Rafael. Can he maybe land and kill these probes at the gold? That'd be a good pickup. A good pickup from him indeed. All right, so here come Marines and Marauders into the gold base, taking out the pylons. First of all, photon overcharge, a bit of a concern. And I think the Nexus is going to die here. Tempest trying to deal with these Vikings, but again, Vikings were created to kill and air stuff, or kill air stuff. Especially armored air stuff, which is what specifically Tempest are. Siege tank splash. Base toast, and pushing up here is Rafael with his Marines and Marauders and Vikings. Tempest. Like 1 Tempest here, kind of firing every once in a while on the Vikings. They just don't care. There it is. Tempest is gone. There are more Tempests back here. They could join the battle. They could help at least. Again, the gold base by the Actuary is completely missing. Gold base by Rafael has not been replaced at all here. More Liberators setting up defender mode circles. Can they sneak it on in to this 3rd? Again, every time he tries to deal with these Colossus with his ground units, they just get obliterated. Stalkers too. Liberator count is not super high, but it's scary enough. Vikings, oh no, not A-moving, and instead getting blinked under and removed. Big pickup from the Actuary, getting rid of those guys. And Rafael going to attack into this thing. Nope, Seeker missile going to hit on a Colossus. Do some damage to Adepts and stuff, but not really kill anything because nothing has 100 hit points for Protoss. Except for probes. Is he going for it? Bringing stalkers in, sort of. He's kind of half attempting this. There we go. The Tempest from distance. If you have 5 of them against a Liberator, you're just fine. Some tanks left behind here for Rafael in the middle of the map, kind of right next to this gold base of the Actuary. But expanding twice is Rafael for an 8th and a 9th base. Bottom right corner and then up and left from that. So I like that he's expanding. That's nice. What's he working on? More Vikings. Yeah, more Vikings seems like a pretty good decision here. There's an Oracle that I don't think has done anything yet. Tanks do set up in siege mode. Which going for it, though. Nice bio presence coming from the left side at the same time. The tanks are starting to fall. There's only 1 tank remaining. The bio on the ground is toast. These medevacs getting rained upon by Tempest. Gold base replacement is out. Widowmine's firing on stalkers pretty well. Again, Viking count, not great. There's only 2 of them now. Against this many Tempests with +1 attack with +1 shields. Gotta bring an observer with you, man. There's a lot. There are a lot of Widowmines here. The Oracle dies. Attacking into this entrenched position is the Actuary. Some of these tanks are in siege mode. Others are not. More getting into siege mode. Marines trying to attack. Pretty good retreat here from the Actuary. Going to try to get rid of these Marines with a single Colossus that is remaining. Widowmine takes it down. I think the Widowmine killed that Colossus. Not something you can say every day. Just going mass Tempest here as the Actuary. I am not sure this is the way you want to do things against the Terran player. Again, Marines incredible against Tempest, unless you have a small number of Marines, like 1. And then you're in trouble. So this mass Tempest thing here from the Actuary, I don't know, man. Would you make... Okay, making some more Colossus is fine. Actuary has a 6 base of his own. Right? That is a 6 base down in the center of the map. And suddenly it's 57 and 47 Harvesters. The Terran player is up. Up big time. He's got another Ghost in production. He had a nuke sitting here the whole time, and he's got 2 nukes sitting here with no Ghosts on the field. That seems terrible. Charge lots with +3 attack, +1 shields, and +3 armor are very hard to kill for ground units. Pretty good against tanks, actually. It takes a lot of tank fire to get rid of a Zealot. So even charging into this, they should be just fine. The Widowmine's are more of a problem. A little bit more of a problem there. Actually, let me see. Do these guys have 150? Yeah, 150 hit points. I was correct. Widowmine's trying to waddle in to the 6th base of Rafael, burrow themselves in, and see what they can do against these probes. And the answer is some damage. I mean, that Widowmine has 10 kills already. It's not from this attack. It was probably from back up here when there was no observer for the Protoss army. All right, Rafael coming on down with his medevacs, with tanks, with marauders, with Widowmines. Kind of liking this composition he's got. It's very varied. Haha, very varied. Oh, some units going the wrong way, and Zealots just obliterating them. Widowmines do manage to burrow, and the Zealots retreat before they have to get exploded upon. So Tempest Zealot from the Actuary. This is not something you see every day. Does he have an observer with this army? Tell me he has an observer. Widowmines! Oh, Zealots! Oh, no. Oh, Zealots. These Widowmines are still doing stuff here in this base of the Actuary. Is he still not killed? Okay, there's an observer now. That's good. Zealots will wander in and clear those things out. Viking versus Tempest action. Again, pretty in favor of the Vikings for most part. Unless they're outnumbered like 2-1 to the Tempest in low numbers, and then it doesn't go as well. Man, Terran player has bases everywhere right now. He's sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4 mining bases, whereas it's basically 2 here for the Actuary. Rafael is down 179 to 200 supply. Tempest continuing to get rid of Vikings, harassing this mineral line. And that Ghost at the front does get killed. Oh, can't throw down the nuke. No, Zealots trying to attack without support from anything else. Generally, okay, just fine. But you need the Colossus, you need the Tempest to help with this. Colossus burning down a lot of Marines. Here at this 7th base of Rafael, the Planetary Fortress is getting outranged by this Colossus with extended thermal lance. Tempest 2. But I mean, that's more because the Planetary Fortress can't shoot up. Although I think this outranges them anyway. A range of 10 versus a range of 6. Yeah, he doesn't have... Does he not have high-sec auto-tracking? He doesn't. Oh, if you're going to have Planetary Fortresses and missile turrets, you got to get high-sec auto-tracking. Where is it? Here it is. High-sec auto-tracking adds +1 range to auto turrets, missile turrets, Planetary Fortresses, all things that Rafael has been making here. Suddenly it's 194 to 155 total supply. Rafael is looking a little bit sketchy, a little bit problematic, bringing all of his Widowmines home. This army, again, unorthodox for the Actuary. He's got Tempest and he's got Colossus. And he's going to get rid of this debris that's protecting this 5th base of Rafael's down around the right side. He's in the army now for Actuary too. Didn't realize that. So it's kind of sky tossy with Colossus support. Oh, defensive nuke. Defensive nuke coming down for Rafael. Can he get this thing to hit? Can he get it to hit? Does he see it? Does the Actuary see it? I don't know. He's sitting right on top of this thing. And the nuke is going to land. Oh, almost. Right on top of that army. That was close. A lot of these units are super wounded right now, but going for it is Rafael attacking with his Vikings, Marines, Marauders into this composition, but everybody's getting burned down by the Colossus here. More Vikings joining the party. Losing Colossus, though. There's only one Colossus remaining with 14 kills. More Tempest joining at the same time. And is that going to be it for the Actuary? His army evaporates under the power of these Marines. Again, Mass Tempest, not where you want to go. Oops, says the Actuary. This is Rafael. Good game. Good game, says the Actuary. Good game, well played, says Rafael. And our Terran player, it looks like he's our victor today. Yes, it is. Actuary leaves the game with some good manners, and Rafael is our winner. Well, that final nuke and that final stand by a ragtag group of Marines, Marauders, and Vikings with medevac support, pretty good. As it turns out, really close game, too. I mean, 63 probes were killed. Hot dang. Versus 10 SCVs. But 29,000 resources lost for the Protoss compared to 29,000 for Rafael. He lost a little bit more if you get into that 3rd digit in that number, but he expanded very, very well, had good compositional choices. His upgrades weren't... Oh, he did get +3 at some point. All right, upgrades were fine by 30 minutes. +3 armor on the medevacs, also pretty useful. And he had a Thor. I don't think the Thor did anything. Thor had 4 kills. Never mind. Thor did things, you guys. I just don't know what. I just don't know what. So, good one. Good example of mid-rank madness, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin, coming to you with yet another edition of mid-rank madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Inshallah, adieu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us.
one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas, Karamulas, Akhlaranas, Naslaran, Kinalatu. Casar di Templare, Garamanaka, Oshara Sashia.